Welcome back, everyone. I've got a really cool Lionsteel for you guys today, and this is a newer model from them. It's only been out for a month or two, and this is the Lionsteel Myto, I think is how you pronounce it, MYTO, and it's got a very unique, it's kind of a unique packaging, and Lionsteel is pretty big on their packaging a lot of times. They want it to be part of the experience, not just a box that it comes in. So I wanted to kind of open this up. This was loaned in from my buddy Gil over at Wild About Sporting Goods, and this is out of his personal collection. And one thing to note, this entire packaging is completely recycled material. So you open it up and you've got the actual knife that it then flips open, and it has kind of a drawing and some paperwork about the knife. Warranty information, things like that. You can then pull the actual knife out. Also in the packaging is the tool, which we'll talk about. And over here, it comes with some hardware that we will also talk about here in a moment. So it's a very cool knife, beautiful carbon fiber. Carbide tungsten glass breaker. Let's go ahead and zoom in real quick. Nice carbon fiber. Got a lanyard hole. I love this floating titanium backspacer. Just a very cool touch. I really dig a floating backspacer. A nice 3D milled titanium clip. Titanium frame lock, over travel stop, steel lock bar insert, all the normal stuff, and a nice crown on the spine of the blade. Just all around, really nice aesthetically. Nice M390 blade with a nice, satin finish. Says it's Lionsteel in Italy. This is the designer. Moletta. Just all around, really a nice package. There are a few unique things about this knife, and what's really cool is it comes with the tool, and inside of the hardware pack here, it comes with a couple of options, or a couple of optional items. So it has a flat breaker. If you don't want the glass breaker, you can change that to be a flatter style. And then it comes with a set screw. Now the set screw is because this has a removable flipper tab. Yeah. So let's just go through the specs really quick, and then we'll talk about the flipper tab and the clip and all that good stuff. So it's just a hair over 4 5/8, including the breaker. 7 7/8 overall. 3.26 blade, 3.2 inch cutting edge. M390, as I said. 0.157 blade thickness. Overall thickness of 0.490. And it weighs in at just 3.6 ounces. And it runs on IKBS double crown bearings, they call it, which is really just it's 2 rows of bearings. So there's an inner circle of bearings and an outer circle of bearings. So it runs very smooth. It's not drop shut. There's no blade play. It is super solid. And just a very smooth operation. What's cool about the tool is it has a T6 and a T8, and what they kind of call a hex, it works, and I'm kind of surprised that it works, to remove the breaker. Because it's not really a hex shape, but it grabs enough on the hardware that you can remove it. So you can turn the pocket clip around for left-handed use, or change this altogether to be a flat style and still hold your clip on. I mean, it's not recessed flat, but it gets rid of the breaker part and makes it a little less obtrusive per se, I guess, right? So up to you how you want to do that. It has the T8 for the pivot and the hardware. And then you've got this removable flipper tab. Yep, removable flipper tab. And we're just going to take it off here real quick, because why not, right? Now, my guess is, so you would take this out, and then you would take this other set screw, and that would just fill in the hole of where the flipper tab came out of. Okay, so you would just fill that hole with that one, right? So it's basically a shorter hardware than what holds the flipper tab on. Now my guess is, and I couldn't really find out exactly why, but I do know that in a lot of other countries, you are allowed to have a fixed blade, not a fixed blade, a locking knife, but it has to be two-handed opening. So in certain countries, a locking flipper is not allowed. So they give you the option now. This is, I'm not going to say globally approved and legal in every country, in every state, and everything around the world, but now you don't have that prohibition of having a flipper tab and a one-handed opening knife that locks open. So I think it's genius. I mean, it's just a very cool option to have if you happen to be in that area or in an area like that where you cannot have a one-handed opening locking knife. So what I have found is you kind of get it kind of lined up a little bit, and then I like to flip it open, and then that way you can align it to make sure that it's straight. I mean, it pretty much goes on one way, but you can align it, and center it more that way. And the tool is actually really nice quality made. And then there you go. You're back in business. So it's just a cool feature. And overall, I'm really digging this knife. It feels great in the pocket. The pocket clip works really well. I love the floating backspacer like that. It fires every time. And I think they give you a lot of bang for your buck with the tool and everything else. It's kind of funny how sometimes some companies, like that I don't have here on the table, Spyderco. Medford. I was looking at a Spyderco. Medford. God forbid you touch it. God forbid you take it apart. Don't even look at it wrong with your tools in hand, or you void the warranty. There's all kinds of warranty issues. Yes, they have lightened up on that sometimes. It's really weird, and that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is, depending on what day of the week it is, if you take apart a Medford, you have voided the warranty, regardless of what. I've had many conversations with Greg about this. So, yes. But here, they give you the tool to take it all apart. Chris Reeve gives you the tool and gives you extra grease to put in your tools. So I don't know. It's a knife, guys. There's nothing rocket science inside of a Medford because I've taken them apart and I've done a video on that. You can look back. There's nothing rocket science inside of a Medford. No different than inside of any other knife I've taken apart. So, anyway, I digress. Let's do some size comparisons of this guy before we just ramble off into oblivion. And these are available now. And they're in that 250, 300 range. Here it is next to the Sharpie. And you can get it in different scales than just a carbon fiber. They have a full titanium, which probably costs more. I didn't look at that one. The carbon fiber, and then a micarta in 3 different colors, I think it is. And I believe there's a G10 version also. Here it is next to the Spyderco Delica. So you have options in configuration of this knife, which is also very cool. Here it is next to the FIF 20. Basically the exact same size, which means that it is almost the same exact size as the Holt Spectre. So it's a cool knife. The Lionsteel is very cool. Has some great options as far as materials and, you know, different handle materials really are your options, and colors at an affordable price range, you know. So yeah, I don't know that there's anything that's really lacking here other than this one I have to send back at some point. The flipper tab is not the most comfortable. It could use a little bit of jimping there, but it works. I think it, you know, all in all, really a great solid knife. I really like it. It feels great in the hand. It just fits, and yeah, they include the tool. Everybody who includes the tool with their knife gets extra points from me because I think it's awesome. And then the fact that they're using all recycled material in the packaging, I just think that's cool. I am not a big, huge, you know, recycle guy, but when we can, I think that's a good idea, and it's great to see that they've taken time and effort into the packaging. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think of Lionsteel, if you've got one, or if you've ever been interested in them. Let me know. I would love to hear about it. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.